damit ein herzliches Willkommen und Hallo zu einem weiteren Part Vagrant Order. Ich bin es Mafix und wir haben nun die Site of Selection erreicht. Der Ort, wo die legendären Waffen die Artefakte erschaffen werden, mit dem wir das Unmögliche möglich machen. Wir sind hier den Pfad von Artorias Vergangenheit gelaufen, das wirklich furchtbar tragisch war, wo man definitiv verstehen kann, wieso sie eigentlich den Weg hätte hier verlassen sollen. Doch trotzdem läuft sie hier mit einem Lachen voran. Nun geht es daran, das Schwert Excalibur hier zu schmieden. Eine Waffe, mit der wir es hoffentlich schaffen, Cernunnos zu stoppen. Und das leider aber auf Kosten unserer Freundin. Wir haben den besten Schmied überhaupt, Muramasa, der dazu noch ein erfahrener Godslayer ist, wie es uns ja immer hier sagt. Ich hoffe, wir können das hinbekommen. Doch davor heißt es erstmal auf Wiedersehen zu sagen von unserem Kind aus der Prophezeiung. Whenever I close my eyes, this is where I'd be. Whenever I sleep, this is where I'd be. No, that's wrong. It's a lie. Whether my eyes are open or closed, whether I'm asleep or awake, this is how the world has always looked to me. The winds, the clouds, they are not really a storm. They are all people's voice. It's so awful to look at it. I've put out my own eyes. It's so horrible to hear that I've plugged up my ears. But it didn't matter. Nothing banished the darkness or made the winds stop howling. This is a tainted land where I need to fulfill my duty as the fairy of paradise. I can't do this. I just can't do this. But no one ever listened, no matter how loud I screamed. Besides, the wind was blowing so fiercely I couldn't even hear myself. After everything I experienced in the village and getting to know more fairies better, the storm only intensified. I have no idea which direction I should go, or what I should even look for. I know this sounds, but Queen Morgan was honestly kind of lucky. She wanted to make Britain into her own kingdom. It was thanks to a powerful, envy-inspiring goal of hers that she navigated the storm without losing her way. But I don't have anything like that. Not one single thing. I hate Britain. I hate fairies. I hate humans. So, how could I ever see through the storm? No, that's not right. I could see a way. It was shown to me when I rang the bells of pilgrimage. Artoria Pendragon, King of Britain. When I heard that she was my proper human history self, I thought I was going to throw up. The ideal knight, a king who lived her whole life for others and sacrificed all she had for Britain's future. I don't want to end like her. I could never live a life like that. But to create the sacred sword is to also determine her fate. Without the sacred sword, her life would be different. Without the sacred sword, Britain would come to a different end. Forget this. I should just give up. Yeah, that's it. After all, I'm the only one who can save her. That's what I thought to myself each and every time I heard the bells ring. But I can still see that star. I don't know what that star is. I do know it's not my dream, my goal, or something I care about. But it's always been there, ever since I was born. It may have grown small and weak at times, but it was always there, no matter how intense the storm got. I don't know where I want to go. I don't care about my duty. I just want to forget all this Child of Prophecy stuff. So why? I never stopped moving forward. I didn't want to give up. I couldn't let the storm beat me. I don't get it. Why am I so obstinate? What is that stopping me from throwing my life away? As a fairy of paradise, I didn't have a spring. I didn't have much of anything. That's why I at least want to know why I couldn't just give up. I'm no queen, I'm no savior. So what brought an ordinary nobody like me so far? What did that tiny star mean for an ordinary girl like me? Is this the site of selection? The forge meant to make the sacred sword? That's right. That thing in the middle there is the furnace, the center of the universe. That's where the Ferry of Paradise is meant to go. All you have to do is stand there, and the sacred sword will come into being. And not just for this Lostbelt, either. It will also finally bestow you with the sacred sword, the one whose concept was wiped clean from your world. And it won't just be something a rogue spirit temporarily reproduce, it'll be a weapon capable of defeating an invader from a foreign world for the humans of this time period. Does this mean doing this will save Maxi and Mesh's world? It will make the impossible possible. They will go from having no chance to having a small chance. It will? Well, that's all the more reason to do this. Alter, lach nicht so, Mann. Das geht nicht, Mann. Britain will go back to the way it used to be, and it'll save the outside world too. What more could we ask for? But it also means... Hey, what's wrong? You both feel almost sick. What is it? Do you need to rest up outside? It's okay if you do. This probably won't take too long anyway. It's not that. Yes, that's right. Creating the Sacred Sword's conceptual foundation will destroy everything she was, is and ever will be. Und sie weiß es, Mann. Und sie lacht uns da einfach an, Mann. Das kann sie doch nicht machen. Come on, Artoria. This is nuts. You don't have to do this. Don't be silly, Maxi. You're the one who praised me for not running away. Okay, here goes. Oh, since I won't have another chance to say this, I need to get something off my chest. I did every minute of my life. Everything about it. Humans, fairies, Britain, my duty, everything. Fighting is terrifying. Hatred is exhausting. I would have been so much happier just living a normal life. But I knew how much saying that would disappoint everyone, so I just act like a good, dutiful child of prophecy. And it made our journey together for a balancing act for me, a hard one. Every time I thought, well, I somehow hang on in this time, but I'm sure I give up next time. Honestly, no one's more shocked than me that I made it this far. Forging the Sacred Sword means erasing Fairy Britain from existence. I never really loved fairies or humans, but I could always see the wish they held in their hearts. Every one of the fairies was suffering inside. They all wished for salvation. Even if they're sinners, even if they are just getting what they deserve, I can't believe they brought this on themselves. Because, hey, we're all the same. Lies of omission and outright deception are just parts of life. And even under all these lies, everyone truly wished to be saved. I swear, I really wish I cut that kind of stuff out. It was really hard walking this Avalon path. Sometimes I just want to shout, can someone cut me or some freaking slack? But looking back now, I'm glad. My life wasn't all bad after all. Until now, standing here, I didn't think there was a way I of all people could save this world. That someone like me could never be allowed to end their world. I mean, it's not fair to decide a world's fate when you don't even like the world, right? Right. But you're still going to do it anyway, huh? Yeah, I am. I'm going to fulfill my duty here. And the crazy thing is, even I don't know why. It's probably for some silly selfish reason. Something no one else could ever understand. You know, I bet that's the same sort of thing that kept you going in the Garden of Lostville, Maxi. And the same kind of thing that made you stand firm in the face of the calamity in Norwich, Mesh. I'm not doing this for anyone else. I'm doing this for me. I'm not even doing it because it's right. I think I've been making my way through this storm because there's something I just can't turn my back on. My fingertips dissolve first. I can feel the sand contrast of my entire body fading away. My memories will probably go after this, then my sense of myself. The planet's inner sea isn't stripping away all my memories at once, like one's just as good as another. To make the sacred sword, it has to go through them carefully, so I could understand humanity in the present day. I was only ever a means to learn about them so it could shape a better, more powerful sacred sword. Good. This should make me into a good sword. A sword bright like the star I saw in that storm. The planet's light that won't ever fade in the face of the wicked. A sword that isn't me, from the place that isn't here. A sword bearing the wishes of the masters and hope for their happiness. A sword who can hold her head high at the sight of selection and become the saber fit to stay by your side. Oh, I'm so glad. As caster the Fairy of Paradise, I may not have had spring memories. But as Artoria, as myself, I have such wonderful memories of my journey. My body's gone now. By creating this sacred sword, I'll finally fulfill my duty as the Fairy of Paradise, the Avalon le Fae. My journey as caster will come to an end. And that's okay. I didn't come for this because I was afraid to die. Still, I wish I could have found out what that light was. The light I've seen all my life. The light that's seen me all my life. Wanting to know what it was and being determined to give up until I found out is what kept me going all this time. I thought I'd find out somewhere on my pilgrimage, but I never did. That's the one Yeah, can't end things like that, can you? Huh? What are you doing here? What do you mean? What am I doing here? Who the else is gonna forge the sword? My whole life's been about making blades and cutting through destiny and Kana. I'm Senji goddamn Muramasa. Go on, move aside. You brought the iron. Now let the swordsmith do his job. Huh. So this is the planet's inner sea and the universe furnace, huh? Oh boy, just getting close is enough to burn you. Now that's what I'm talking about. This right here, this is a job worth doing. Thanks, Artoria. Guardian, you wasn't a bad gig. But this is much more my kind of work. If I got to say in it, I'll take a searing forge over escort duty any day of the week. No, you can't. Thank you so much, but you can't do this. I'll burn you to ash. Fun by me. Swordsmiths, we are born to pound iron. If I can do that in the Godstone domain, what that's worth burning my life away. Besides, a smith is supposed to be hot, so I ain't gonna stop pounding for nothing. Not even if my whole spirit origin burns. There we go, it's coming along nicely. Basic shapes all set. Now we've just gotta temper it. No, stop. You can't. I'm floating. Why am I floating? Oh, that's because I took over here. You're probably getting booted out so you don't get in the way. Alright, child of prophecy. See you around. Got more than I need for this sword, so I don't need to use it all, specifically if you still got something left to do. I could use this power for the final finishing touch, but I want you to take it for yourself. In exchange, I'm gonna use this to finish the job. Since you bought my life, seems only right to pay you back with it, right? Don't be ridiculous. You're more than paid for me back for that. Besides, you're from the outside world, and you're Max's enemy. You don't have any connection to Britain. Don't you have another job to do? True, I don't know I'm gonna face the foreign god now, but hey, now I'll probably never see her again anyway. Don't worry about it. I'm doing this cause it's what I want, just like you. This was always my destiny. That said, I'm sorry I never got to make you that parrot. Goddamn Mutter Maser, Mann. Ich kann nicht mehr mit Maser sagen. Ich kann es nicht, Mann. Artoria. Her production signal is gone. Artoria, I know the sacred sword had to be made, but it really didn't have to be. I know, right? They had to be able to come up with a better way. It's just ineffective, not to mention inhuman. But I guess it's probably too much to ask for a planet soul that's basically what the inner sea is to think humanity. Sorry to keep you waiting, Maxie, Mesh. This is the essence of their sacred sword. Go on, take it. I'm sure Da Vinci and the other people at Chaldea will be able to use it as the base for a powerful offensive spell. I wish that it could have given you Excalibur itself, but I'm afraid it didn't work out that way. It just looks like a holy grail. Yes, Senpai. It looks like it's a magecraft principle of the same type, no quality as a holy grail, but that's not the issue. You mean, how did she come back? I'm as surprised as you are. I really thought the Forge would just be turning out a new Excalibur specifically for Chaldea's use. Hang on, where's the ginger? I see. So there was someone who gave her a tiny reprieve. More Maser. No, I see, it was not Taurus production that disappeared. It was actually more Maser. He always did refuse to compromise on his work. Yes, the rock spirit Saint Muramasa sacrificed himself for what he believed in. The only reason I'm standing here now is because he, instead of performing the finishing touch himself, now the sacred sword has been delivered to the planet's inner sea. The premise behind the Lostbelt has been overturned. In time, it will be gently pruned away as thought it never existed. But before that happens, there's something you need to do. Fairy Britain, the lost world, made by the traitorous Morgan, is not part of this Lostbelt. As such, the calamity created is not subject to the pruning theoretical phenomenon. It represents a threat to humanity that you must defeat yourself. There's something different about you now, but I'm glad you're safe and sound. Welcome back, Artoria. Thanks, Maxie. I'm back as the custodian of the sacred sword and stronger than ever. True. No matter how you slice it, you've definitely powered up. And wait, that magecraft theory. Instead of a hero creation, you have sacred sword creation. No fair. How did you get a skill like that? Are you out to steal my thunder or something? Alright, Melon, that's enough of that. It's too bad Fu isn't here just right now. Alright. I know we both have different roles to play, so I take this as a win and move on. The rogue spirit protected her, and she still lives as the result. This too is fate. The sacred sword has been forged, and this is the moment a planet is born. The child of prophecy fulfilled her duty, aided by the foreign mage. So now, it's my turn to help. I'm gonna do a small-scale restoration to Britain to the way it was before things turned completely hopeless. Specifically, I'm going to turn back the clock on Cernunnos, at least a little bit. Turn back the clock? You mean to before he appeared? That's right. Once Cernunnos shows up and covers the land with curses, not even the sacred sword protection will be enough for you to win. So, I'm going to have him go back by time by, let's say 2 hours. See, I suspected something like this might happen, so I've kept the entire pit in a dream. Once I have Cernunnos wake up, it'll be as though the events of that dream, that is, everything that took place over the last 2 hours, never happened. You did something similar in Uruk, didn't you? Ja, stimmt mit. Genau, das hat er auch mit dir gemacht. Indeed, it's been pretty boring waiting around ever since I was freed from the garden, so I spent some time casting a spell on the pit. My spirit origin is practically falling apart now as a result, but oh well. Suffice to say, once I descend my dream zone, I'll probably disappear along with it. No. I wish I could stick around to see how your battle goes, but sadly, it doesn't look like there's things to happen. But don't worry about me. Even I felt bad about basically demanding Artoria be the only one to sacrifice everything. Sure, things didn't turn out exactly as I planned, but hey, that's why we built the margins of error. For my last trick, I'll even help you out by sending you straight to the Stormwater without having to go back through the Spirit Cavern. When you get there, it'll be 1 hour before Cernunnos shows up, and you have another hour after that before his curse spreads everywhere. That gives you 2 hours to settle this, but this time, you should at least have a fighting chance. Muramasa and I gave everything we had for this. All you have to do now is the best you can. Isn't that right, nameless king? Can I ask you to watch over Maxi and Mesh for me? Of course. You take care to Major Flowers. After all, this is just a shadow of Avalon, so I'm sure the real you is still imprisoned in the tower. Saw right through that too, did you? Yeah, you're definitely the Sacred Sword's guardian now. Alright, then back to dying Britain with you all. Once you overcome the swirled skies, you'll find clear blue ahead. Good. I got them back safely. I'm glad I made it before I ran out of time. Oh, no, I just remembered. I forgot to ask something. I've been following the Chaldean Stargazer's journey with my clairvoyance as much as possible. And Maxi talked to himself a lot more than usual this time. I wonder what that was all about. Wie, ich habe mir mit mir selbst geredet. Ja, ich rede immer gerne mit mir selbst. Das verstehe ich jetzt schon wieder nicht, aber nur gut. Boah, Leute, das ist so ein emotionales Kapitel gewesen. Eigentlich war ich schon fertig, eigentlich konnte ich die Part mal aufnehmen, aber es musste sein, Leute. Es war echt ein so emotionales Kapitel. Und definitiv es wert. Leute, aber nun erwartet erst unser größter Kampf. Interlude, ja gut, jetzt haben wir noch eine Interlude. Die Fragmente des Drachens Albions, Melusin wandern noch. The Calamity of Beast, Bardest wütet durch Britannien. Und Cernunnos wartet noch. Dazu dürfen wir nicht vergessen, dass Myrians Killer wahrscheinlich auch hier noch die Fäden zieht. Leute, beim nächsten Mal geht es dann richtig los. Und es ist Zeit, diesen Lostbelt, das da, was davon zumindest übrig geblieben ist, ein für alle Mal zu beenden. Beim nächsten Mal geht es weiter mit Let's Play Fake Order, Fae Roundtable Domain, Avalon le Fae. Bis zum nächsten Mal, vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen und auf Wiedersehen. Ciao.